pub. But, you know, a light starter, she said. Just a light starter. Look
I
at
thought
it.
it would be a third of that.
Deep fried brie.
But it does look really good.
That was the Gap of Dunloe had just completed, and it was amazing. What an incredible ride.
Well, that was character building.
Yeah, I mentioned you had a brake failure. So after an amazing ride through the Gap of Dunloe, and fortified with our flat white brake, we set off to ride around the Dingle Peninsula, and specifically the very famous Slea Head Drive, which is of course part of the Wild Atlantic Way. And I know this video is entitled Not the Wild Atlantic Way, but the last time we were here there was a road closure, so we didn't get to ride it, and it's just too good a road to miss. But before that we needed to stop at Sammy's Bar on Inch Beach because Sue wanted her ice cream.
It's not a cute look getting kicked out of the bar when you're no longer 19. Still acting like a child, feeling like nobody gets it. I always start these fights, don't hate my guts right now, 'cause I'm still figuring it out. You're the silver
to a very windy Inch Beach.
Baby, you're the bright side when there's no goddamn sunshine. You're always around to pick me up. You're the silver lining. You're the silver lining. Small talk on busy streets. to what used to be home. Passing by those little towns I know so well. Stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving is like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end. Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away. Running through.
The Slea Head Drive is part of the World Atlantic Way and is one of the most beautiful drives in Ireland, with some of the most picturesque views in the whole country.
Neon lights in the fast lane light, riding high, reaching for the sky. I had it all but lost and fell back down again. Spent my time playing the game where every single day was a losing battle and every drink was a dead end.
It really is a road to be fully enjoyed when there's not much traffic around, and definitely when you're not stuck behind a slow moving car.
To get away, running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. So empty deep within. Where did I go wrong? Eyes on the goal, don't lose control. I'm living fast, I lost my soul. I'm driving to get away. Running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away. Running through emotions high and low, holding on or letting go. I'm fighting another day. Heading back to what used to be home, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend goes a new end.
Well, the Slea Head Drive is proving to be every bit as good as we were told, and especially with this weather. There's something special about riding a coastal route, and when you consider what the weather was this morning when we did the Gap of Dunloe, it just makes this ride even more spectacular.
Trying to hide from my emotions.
The actual ride around the Slea Head Drive and the Dingle Peninsula probably only takes not more than an hour, but to be honest, on a day like today, you'd be foolish just to race around it. There's so many opportunities to stop and take in the just majestic scenery.
They're catching up nonetheless. I escape from every moment. My heart is wide open. Just I'm a stranger to my inside. It shows that I am
Then all too soon we get to the end of this stunning ride around the Dingle Peninsula, and it's time to head for our final destination of the day and the Cloisters B&B somewhere in Dingle Town. So having completed our tour of the magnificent Dingle Peninsula and Slea Head Drive, it was time to head to our accommodation for the night, which was a guest house called the Cloisters, which I knew was pretty close to a church somewhere, so shouldn't be too hard to find. Dingle is famous for being bohemian, artistic and genuinely friendly. It's also famous for its hardware pubs, where you can buy a pint and some wellies if you wanted to, but more of that later. It's also the proud home of over 50 pubs. There's one for every 40 residents. And since the 1930s, the Dingle Peninsula has hosted the filming of 5 major motion pictures: Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Song of the Sea, Far and Away with Tom Cruise, Ryan's Daughter and Playboy of the Western World. Well, afternoon folks, we've arrived at our final destination in Dingle of a little B&B called the Cloisters after what has been an epic riding day. Probably one of the best riding days we've ever had. Amazing. The weather has turned bright, very, very blowy, but what a change from this morning. We just checked in, so let me take you around our little B&B called the Cloisters. It's okay.
It's not last night, but
Yeah.
it's probably not the price of last night, is it?
No, it's not priced last night, but it's alright, it's functional. A clean shower area.
It's a bit student accommodation apart
Well,
from the pillows.
It's pretty
But
basic.
it's all right. 5-second walk into the main area.
Well,
5-minute walk down to the
5-minute
harbour.
walk down to the harbour. So tonight we're going to go and explore Dingle a bit, and then hopefully get some live Irish music with some Guinness tonight, and talk about what an amazingly epic riding day it's been. So we'll catch you later. Well, with a claim like that, we just had to check it out. This is the best Guinness in the world.
Is there any way to find out, sir?
Can you, while you've got the camera, can you just explain again who Paddy Brosnan is?
So Paddy played football for Kerry in the 40s and the 50s. Back in 40, I think he played in New York in 47. He was the captain for Kerry in 47. Kerry played Cobh in 1947. They lost by a point in the Gaelic grounds in New York.
So how long has this been open then?
Paddy opened it in 1958.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a fisherman before that. I think it was belonged to, was it Kennedy's and Murray Archman's. There's a photo of the pub back in the 50s over there. Just that one there. And he bought it in 58. Just on the right there, see it? To the right.
Third one on the right there.
Yeah. Look at that. He bought it then and opened up the pub.
Dingle on our favourite street, looking for the place where we're going to have dinner tonight, and the Guinness obviously, and more importantly I think it's the Dingle Pub live music, so let's go and check out. It was the Dingle Pub we went to last time. So that's where we're going tonight, the Dingle Pub for live Irish music. We're off. We've had a walk around Dingle, got changed, and it's now Guinness o'clock, and going to find a nice Irish bar, which we looked at earlier on, the Dingle Pub, for some good Guinness, good food and some good music. Cheers, babe. What a good ride today. Well done.
Brilliant ride.
Here in the Dingle Pub, but you know, a light starter, she said. Just a light starter. Look
I
at
thought
it.
it would be a third of that,
Deep fried brie.
but it does look really good.
What's that? Beef and Guinness.
Beef and Guinness stew.
And I'm going for this straight Irish stew. Well, that was a great night at the Dingle Pub, and now we're going to Foxy John's for a nightcap and some hardware. There are two bars when you walk into Foxy John's. On the left you can order a Guinness or a whiskey, and on the right you can find nails, screwdrivers, tape and anything else you might need. As someone once said, this just might be the most useful pub in the world. It's a hardware store. After another excellent night in Dingle, it was time for bed. So if you're visiting Dingle, would we recommend a stay at the Cloisters B&B?
We stayed a little further away from the centre last time we were in Dingle, and the Cloisters B&B is a much shorter walk to the main pubs and shops. Dingle's a great place and clearly very popular with the tourists. A visit to the harbour and a trip around the stunning Dingle Peninsula are a must. On first sight, the Cloisters looks like an extension of the church hall. A key code allows access to the building, which has 4 rooms and a communal kitchen area. Our room was number 3. It was quite basic, but was a good size with a shower room, small TV and some shelving. The bed was reasonable size and was pretty comfortable. We had a couple of questions about the room when we arrived, and whilst there was a note with an email address and some local information, there was no contact number for anyone running the B&B. It wasn't a big deal for us, but we did wonder how someone might manage if there was an emergency. The Cloisters is described on booking.com as a guest house and doesn't actually give it a grade, but it is worth mentioning that while there are self-catering facilities, it doesn't offer evening meals or breakfast. There are so many pubs and restaurants within easy walking distance that isn't a problem, and we ate at the Dingle Pub as we did 2 years ago. The food, service and live Irish entertainment are certainly tough to beat there. Our nightcap was at Foxy John's, a strange combination of bar and hardware shop, with live entertainment performing in the shop and lots of enthusiastic punters drinking Guinness off the hardware shop counter. Definitely different. Parking for the guest house is next to the church and is technically for the church parishioners, so is apparently very busy during mass times on Saturday evenings and Sunday mornings. We arrived on a Wednesday and had no problem finding flat, safe parking for the bikes. We thought for such a basic place, the Cloisters was very overpriced, even considering its convenient location, so we probably would try and stay somewhere else next time. Having said that, in such a popular busy town, accommodation with secure parking, or any parking really, can be hard to find.
So do we think the Cloisters B&B is value for money in Dingle? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Folks, walking up to a bright and breezy Dingle. Rain showers just passed over, but it's not forecast for any rain for the rest of the day, hopefully. We had a great night last night at the Dingle Pub, as ever. Dingle's a great place to visit if you've never been here. Great crack, great food, great Guinness. And today we're heading south to the coast for our penultimate stop here in Ireland. But first we're going to go to Killarney to hopefully get some breakfast. So we'll catch you on the road. So our route today was going to take us via Killarney for a breakfast stop to our final destination of the seaside town of Cobh.
I saw a couple kissing by the door. It took my breath away. The void you left is more than I can bear. I'm waiting for you, waiting here for you, aching for your loving arms. I see your face on strangers in every crowd. It takes so much not to shout your name out loud. I'll always be here for you, like the shore is always waiting for the sea. I'm waiting for you, waiting here for you, aching for your loving arms. Waiting for you,
And so we arrived at our final destination of Cobh, spelt C-O-B-H but pronounced C-O-V-E. When I researched accommodation in Cobh, I specifically looked for off-road parking. But unbeknown to us, the owner had only just had tons of fresh gravel delivered that day and made it completely unsuitable to park a couple of bikes. So here we are in Cobh, folks. So let's go and check out our room. So this is it, room 2. Very big, bright, spacious place. Lovely big double bed. Great sea views, well, harbour views. And I don't know if you can catch that noise, but that across there they are sandblasting the footbridge 8 hours a day for the past 3 months, and it's pretty noisy. This is a shame because it's a beautiful, peaceful place, Cobh. Flat screen TV. We'll check out the bathroom. Yeah, it's a bit short on storage space, in fact very short on storage space in the room, as there's nowhere to hang any of our gear, but there's plenty of space on the floor to dump things. So, what do you think?
It's bright, it's nice. I mean, we could do with some storage in fairness, but it's a big enough room.
Yeah.
Bed was comfy, the shower was fine, and it's a really lovely view, and it's only 10 minutes walk.
Welcome to Cobh. It's a beautiful place, nice place to come and relax and chill out. The town was first called Cobh in 1750, but was renamed by the British as Queenstown in 1849 to commemorate a visit by Queen Victoria. In 1921, when the Irish Free State was established, the name was changed back to Cobh in its Irish form. However, it's probably best known for being the last port of call for the ill-fated Titanic, who on the 11th of April 1912 berthed at Queenstown before she set out across the Atlantic on the last leg of her maiden voyage. But more about the Titanic tomorrow. A sing song. I'll edit that out. Yes, you can certainly tell when there's a cruise ship in town. There's a key in the jar.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go to Canada. It's a long way to Tipperary. All road the line.
So after sampling the afternoon's entertainment, we went back to the B&B, got showered and changed, and came out for our evening meal. Well, it's that time again, folks. Looks like it's Guinness o'clock. So for starters, we're having, guess what? It looks really good. Look at that. Really chunky. Well, let's get in here. I'm going to have another starter, the prawn. And who's gone for fish?
And there's lots of them. I think I might need help. I certainly won't be able to manage the chip.
I think I'll have a chip or two. So what do we think of the Lynwood House B&B?
Lynwood House is a period townhouse graded 3 on booking.com, and it's about 3/4 of a mile from the centre of Cobh. Cobh has an interesting history, being the final embarkation port for 120 plus doomed Irish passengers of the Titanic back in April 1912. As a result, there's lots of ship-themed pubs and attractions, and being a working port, it's a regular stop for tankers and cruise liners. The Norwegian Dawn cruise ship was in port when we arrived, and there was plenty of live music on offer to entertain them. If you follow the channel regularly, you'll know that we tend to select our accommodation around, amongst other things, secure parking for the bikes. Lynwood House advertises parking and has a driveway off the main lower road, but when we arrived, the owner had just taken delivery of several tons of deep gravel which hadn't been levelled. I'm sure it'll look great when it's done, but it wasn't great for 2 motorbikes, so reluctantly we had to leave them on the street. Our room number 2 was a superior king room with a sea view. Apparently all the rooms had just been refurbished, and it was large and bright and had great views of the port. The bed was huge and very comfy, and there was a TV and coffee machine, although try as we might, we couldn't get the TV working properly or the coffee machine working at all. There was plenty of floor space for our stuff, but I think a wardrobe or at least a couple of coat hooks would have been helpful, as would some shelving for the toiletries in the bathroom. The shower was lovely and hot, but the loo flush was a tad temperamental and really needed repairing. Unfortunately, the house, and particularly our room, was directly opposite a railway bridge, which had been undergoing cleaning and maintenance for the last 3 months, and the noise, which started every day at 9 a.m. and finished at around 4:30 p.m, was really dreadful, even with the windows closed. We made a hasty escape to the town until the work had stopped for the day. The owner and his lovely dog Junior greeted us on arrival and offered some welcome advice on where to eat that evening. Clearly he had no control over the noisy maintenance of the bridge, but given it had been going on for 3 months and there's no sign of it finishing anytime soon, it might have been nice to have been informed beforehand. There were plenty of places to eat, both dinner and breakfast in the town centre, and we chose the Titanic bar and grill for our evening meal and opted for brunch an hour or so into our ride to Rosslare. Cobh is a really great little town and a convenient stopover if you're headed to or from Rosslare Ferry, but I think we'd check more on bike parking and local maintenance before choosing accommodation next time.
So, given the parking situation and the noise of the refurbishment outside the window, do we think it was value for money? The following morning we went to check out the Titanic Experience.
Morning, folks, from a very sunny Cobh. Just woken up to looks like a beautiful day. Best day we've ever had so far. And sadly, it's our penultimate day because we're off tomorrow morning on the ferry. But we're going to... Where are we going this morning?
We're going to the Titanic Experience.
Going to see the Titanic Experience. And then we're going to come back and pack up and head off and wend our way back to Rosslare.
Sadly, due to copyright reasons, there was no filming allowed throughout the tour. To make the tour more interesting, when you're given your entrance ticket, you're also given a mock-up ticket of an actual passenger who sailed on the Titanic, and you don't know until the end of the tour whether your passenger actually survived or not.
Sadly, it turns out that I, James Scanlon, was lost at sea, didn't survive. However, somebody, first class passenger, did survive. C'est la vie. So that was the Titanic Experience, folks, and very interesting it was too.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
really good.
Highly recommended if you're ever over here in Cobh, formerly Queenstown. And now time for a couple of flat whites before we hit the road.
Fry's had his 1250 for 18 months now, and as yet I hadn't ridden it, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to give it a try. Very nice too, and surprisingly comfy and easy to ride, but he still hasn't managed to turn me to the dark side, so I won't be swapping my Tiger anytime soon.
Well, there's no question about it. The Tiger 900 GT Pro is a fantastic bike, love riding it, but you know what? I couldn't wait to get back onto my Triple Black.